Hey everyone, and welcome to another Power Rangers Beast Morphers review. This time we're reviewing episode 2, Evox's Revenge. And overall, it was a pretty good episode. It's still on that good episode streak. I quite enjoyed it. The pacing was really well done. Once again, the pacing moved really fast. I was able to watch this in one sitting without feeling tired and pausing it. It was a very good episode. I quite enjoyed it. Now, in this episode, we're introduced to several new characters, including the Beast Bots, and the Beast Bots are very, very cool, especially Jax, which I thought he would have some sort of cutesy voice, but Jax has got this Boston accent going on where he's like, "Hey, I'm walking here," and I really do hope that he quotes that when he's just moving around on his little trackpads. Someone bumps into him, he's like, "Hey, I'm walking here," and I really do hope he says that. But overall, the Beast Bots are really cool, and one of them is voiced by the man, the myth, the legend, Kelson Henderson, who was Mechanic in the last season. He was Boom in SBD. Kelson's been in a lot of seasons of Power Rangers, and it's good to see him back once again doing a voiceover this time. It was cool that he had a acting role, but now he's got a voiceover role as Cruz, I believe his name is, the Red Battle Bot, our Red Beast Bot, and that was really cool to have him this line. It's just this gentle voice. I think it's his normal speaking voice. They've just used a few amplifiers and they filtered it to make him sound like a robot. And of course there's Smash, where he's a big blue gorilla. Now they've done this trope with like several characters before, where it's a big bumbling, not I want to say big bumbling idiot, but he's a big creature, he's a gorilla and he just likes hugs. I mean, it's a trope that's done before, and he's sort of with the voice where he sort of sounds like a bit of an idiot, but it's Power Rangers. I mean, we've seen it all before at this point, and he's going to be like a good comic relief as well, where he's like, "Would anyone like a hug?" I get the feeling that he's going to be alright. But the Beast Bots, I love them. They're all really cool. They're really nice. I don't know if they're CGI or they got the props from Go Busters, but the lighting and the presentation for these things make them really stand out. Now, they probably are CGI, and I'm probably too dumb to notice, but if these are costumes that they used in the Sentai, and they managed to get them all the way to New Zealand for Beast Morphers, they look really nice, how they move around and stuff. I mean, when you see Jax moving around when they move down the hallway, he moves very fluidly. I know it's probably someone using a remote control to make him move, but just the way that thing moves, if it is not CGI, then that looks really well done for something they got in Japan or they rebuilt it themselves. It looks like a really nice prop. I quite enjoy it. Now let's talk about the MVP of this episode, Scrozzle. Now Scrozzle is the general or the second in command for Evox. I don't know if he really is, he just says he is because he's been trapped. He's hiding from a character called Vargoyle in the cyber dimension. Now I don't know who Vargoyle is. He sounds intimidating with a name like that. He could be quite scary. He could be the real general, or he could be the guy that takes control. But Scrozzle is the inventor and the scientist and the general. He's going to be making the monsters grow and stuff like that. I quite enjoy him. Now he is voiced by Power Ranger voice actor veteran Campbell Cooley. And Campbell's done a lot of voices in Power Rangers. He's done Admiral Malkar, he's done Cosmo Royal, he's done Ripcon, he was Snide. He's done a lot of villain voices in Power Rangers, most of them being the deep, scary voice, although Cosmo Royal was like this big announcer voice, if I remember correctly. But he's done a lot of villain work in Power Rangers, and it's cool to see him in the show, because he was talking to me on Twitter last week saying how much he enjoyed my review, so hopefully you enjoyed this review too, buddy, if you're watching. But I do like Scrozzle. He seems like the bumbling buffoon or the bumbling psychic, but he is going to be the second in command. But I want to know who this Vargoyle guy or Gargoyle guy is, whatever his name is. What's his name? I'm quickly looking at it as I jump through Wikipedia pages. Vargoyle, I wonder who this character is, because if Scrozzle is scared of him, he might be intimidating, or maybe Scrozzle is just a coward, but who knows what this Vargoyle guy is. He's probably one of these scary commanders looking guy, but I'm sure that he'll be like the true villain once he shows up. Now let's talk about the episode itself. The episode was quite good, like I said at the start of the review. It was the Rangers trying to decide who the leader of the Beast Morpher team should be. And I do find it interesting that when they're trying to decide on a leader, it's Ravi and Zoe who are like sort of saying, I should lead the team, no, I should lead the team. And I do like that line of dialogue that Zoe says, "Oh, well, I reorganized all the laundry," and Ravi sort of scoffs, and Ravi's mum says, how would you know that's tough or not? You've never done a bit of laundry in your life. And that's just the biggest shade like she threw at her own son, which was quite funny. And then they asked Devon's opinion, and Devon doesn't really give an answer, which it was cool to see that throughout this whole thing, Devon never spoke up saying if he should be the leader or not. It was sort of like, hey, Ravi wanted to be the leader because he had the most training, but Zoe wanted to be the leader because she just wanted to be the female leader, I guess, but she wanted to use her experience to the for the team. And it's like I said, it was interesting that Devon never objected. He never said his word. He was about to say something, but he was distracted by the cheetah blaster, I believe it's called, that was like that just got added to the scene. And that was really cool that he gets distracted by all this cool stuff and all this cool tech, because he views it sort of like a video game, because he's obsessed with video games and karate. So to him, this is sort of like one big video game. But I'm glad to see that hopefully he'll step it up and be like a really cool leader. Like, I'm sure he's got a lot of experience he has to do, like he's going to go through a lot of trials and error, but it's cool to see that Devon became the leader. But Ravi, no doubt about it, is going to be the second in command, because at the end of the episode, Zoe and Ravi were like, yeah, well, Devon was the one who saved us when our animal DNA was infected with the virus, which we'll talk about a bit later, but they say that they think Devon should be the leader, and Devon's like, yeah, sure thing. Now let's talk about the Evox virus that sort of affected our rangers during the episode, because I don't know if they said they found a cure for it, but they found a way to combat it. And this is a really cool concept, because they said they've got cheetah DNA, they've got gorilla DNA, they've got rabbit DNA, and they get tired like those animals. Like, one of the main struggles that Devon went through was he was scared of dogs. Like, a dog came up to him when they were in a bit of a fight, which was weird. It was kind of a weird concept. Like, a dog just came out during a big fight between like the grunts, like the Tronics, I believe the grunts are called, and it just starts digging a hole. He's not fussed by all the enemies going around, he just digs a hole, and when Devon looks at it, he freezes because cats are scared of dogs, so he can't move. And then when they're in the Megazord battle, Devon sees a picture of a dog and he can't move. And that's a really cool concept, and I don't know if they're going to cure that virus, because it might become a running gag that gets old fast, or a running trope that gets old fast. But I don't know if the Sentai has a cat-like monster, not a cat-like monster, a dog-like monster that maybe might scare Devon, and then he can't fight it because he's scared of dogs because of the cheetah DNA, and maybe eventually he'll find a way to overcome it. But that's a really cool concept that they introduced. Also, Ravi going gorilla berserker was another cool thing, where he just attacked his own teammates. He went crazy like a gorilla, super strength. It was hard for them to hold him back. That was really interesting as well. And I really do hope that these concepts, they're not just from the Evox virus, like they can slow the Ranger down and make him seem not so invincible, because if these weaknesses come back, they'd be interesting to see over and over again. Like, maybe they fight a monster that tests these weaknesses and it's not just the virus. So who knows? I get the feeling that they cured the virus at the end of the episode, but if this was a running thing that comes back into the series, I would like to see that. And in this episode of Beast Morphers, we got our very first morph, and for our very first morph, it was really cool. I mean, usually when they morph in Power Rangers, there's this really long sequence where everyone takes their time to morph, but because we've only got 3 Rangers, it was like everyone morphed just like that. It was like Beast Morpher powers activate, the smoke goes around them, and they just morph just like that. It wasn't this really long sequence that tried matching the Sentai footage or making its own original footage. It was one quick morph, done, let's rush the action. That was really cool with the pacing, how they handled that. And let's talk about the action scenes, because the action scenes were really well done. It was a mix between Sentai and original footage, mostly because Ben and Betty were there, and they were really good fight scenes. I quite enjoyed them. They were really well done. A lot of action, a lot of fighting, they were really well done. And Betty and Ben being there for comic relief, where they tasered one of the Tronics, was pretty funny, and at the start of the episode where they tasered themselves, that got a good chuckle out of me. I mean, any jokes like that where someone tries to use a gadget and they end up hurting themselves with it, That always gets a laugh out of me. But I do like how they say there's security and they go wherever I tell them, or sometimes places I don't tell them to go. I think that was the line. But Ben and Betty, I'm really enjoying them. They're quite funny. I'm getting a good laugh out of them. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up the review here. Tell me what you guys thought of the episode in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Are you loving Beast Morphers so far? Are you not loving Beast Morphers so far? Tell me what you guys thought of the episode, because I think Beast Morphers is doing really well. It's moving along really great action, good pacing. I'm loving the characters, even the side characters, and I can't wait to see where it goes next. So tell me what you guys think of the episode in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.